to go ahead and start the council for Tuesday, December 10th, 2024 at 7:14. All rise for the pledge of allegiance. Could you please stand, please?
No, thank you.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Here. Councilmember Sotelo?
Here.
Councilmember Alvarado?
Here.
Councilmember Dewan? Here. And Councilmember De La Fuente.
Here.
Okay, I'm gonna vote on the meeting agenda, but I'm going to amend the agenda to A1. And the new business for Public Safety Director, Interim Police Chief contract. Where's that going? New business A1. It'll be A1. Under new business. One, or gonna put F? It's gonna be A, and then there's A1. Excuse me? On new business? Yes, new business. Okay. Okay. So if I can get a motion? Make motion. Maybe in the gym. So I have a motion by Vera. Second by Diana. All in favor?
Okay.
Any opposed? Motion carried. We're gonna go ahead and go down to 4, the consent agenda. There will be no discussion, separate of these items unless a council member requests separate discussion. The item will be removed from the consent agenda and added to the new business. So if I can get a motion A through D. And these are paid warrants. I'll make one for A through D with amendment to new business. I have them. I'm sorry. Hiring a public works safety director.
hear you.
That's not part of the consent agenda. Vera.
Somebody else should do it.
That's not part of the consent agenda.
Oh, I know. Okay. Make a motion to pass the consent agenda A through D. Okay. I have a motion by Vera,
Second motion.
second by Diana, all in favor?
Discussion real quick. The original, Sylvia, the original agenda had E included, and you said to move it down to old business 7, but it's not over here on the new one that you gave me.
It's on the top. On the second page. No.
The G you notify him?
Oh, because it doesn't say GNO over here. The Main Street Construction?
Yes.
It's all. Get rid of
Yeah,
those.
it is.
Okay. Okay.
So I had a motion by Diana, second. I mean, a motion by Vera, second by Diana, all in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carried. We're gonna go ahead and go on to 5, visitors' comments. If anyone has any comments, please step up to the podium and state your name.
5 minutes, correct?
Yes.
I don't believe the microphone is on. Oh, there it is.
Hello, my name is Emily Goodell and I live and work in Yakima County. I'm the Yakima Bureau Chief for Apple Valley News Now, and I have been spending the past 6 months reporting on the serious issues that are facing the city and how the decisions that your city government, the people of Mabton, affect your lives. I'm here today to speak directly to you, the people of Mabton, to ensure that you know that your city is in crisis. As it stands, your city remains part of an active police investigation into a fake robbery scheme this summer involving a city employee who allegedly cost the city $22,000, an employee who remains on paid administrative leave, getting paid out of your tax dollars. Your city hasn't had its accounting in order since August of 2022, resulting in unreliable budgeting for 2023 and no budget at all for 2024 up until 2 weeks ago. Meaning that your city has been spending your taxpayer dollars with no plan or oversight all year long. Your city's own finance person has called the city unauditable, acknowledging that its accounting practices are so bad that there's no way to ensure an accurate budget for 2024 or 2025. In short, you don't know what your taxpayer dollars have been spent on or how much the city really has left. Your mayor is facing 2 separate recall petitions, one filed by many members of the city council and another filed by a citizen. Both have been appealed to the state Supreme Court, which is awaiting a decision on that and discussion. Despite my calling, emailing, showing up at City Hall at court hearings and council meetings to try to get answers for you, the people of Mabton, over the past 6 months, Mayor Rachel Ruelas has hung up on me, ignored calls and messages, and repeatedly walked away. She has also ignored many of your comments and questions from city council members as well at public meetings, and has amassed so much power as an individual that thanks to her, as of Monday evening, you no longer have a police force. Multiple sources have told me that the mayor showed up to the police department on Monday with a locksmith and demanded your last remaining police officer give her unsupervised access to the police department building. He refused and handed in his resignation. But instead of letting him work for another 2 weeks, the mayor reportedly told him to hand over his badge and get out immediately. The keys to the police building where they store evidence are now in the mayor's hands, while she is still under investigation for a fight that occurred at a local restaurant in the fall. Now, if you, a citizen of Mabton, call 911 for a robbery or shooting, the sheriff's office will show up, but you don't know how long it's going to take. And they are, according to the sheriff's office, going to bill the city for each of those services. And if you call 911 for anything that's not an immediate threat, like trespassing, theft, or burglary, dispatchers will still pick up, but no one will be coming to help you. You pay taxes to the city so that you can have your own police department, a well-functioning city government, and leaders who listen to you. Apple Valley News Now has been showing up again and again to make sure you know what's happening in your city, and we will keep showing up, and we are not going away because we are on your side. Your mayor is not listening to you, and nothing is going to happen until the people of Mabton decide no more and demand the answers that she owes you. Thank you.
Anyone else?
Start rolling your eyes. I can see it already. Here we go. Well, she just got done saying it's all facts. You know it, I know it, everybody here knows it. I think it's ridiculous. I think it's gone way overboard. I think you're being irresponsible. I think you're not doing right to the citizens of Mabton. I wish more people would attend these so they can voice their opinions, because it wouldn't be good. You can sit there with a smirk on your face all you want, just like you did with Emily, just like you're doing with me. I could care less. The truth is that you're not fit for this job. What you need to do is you need to step down. The sooner the better, because this has gotten way, way out of hand. And I'm freaking tired of it. Not only me, but everybody else. Your mom's tired of it. She can't tell me she's not, because I know she is. Sophie's tired of it. Lola's tired of it. Vera's fed up with it. Judy's fed up with it. They're all fed up with it. Rachel, enough's enough, man. Now you have access to a police department with no police officers. You walk in there and you do something to any type of evidence, Rachel, that throws all those cases out of court. And I think that's what your intentions are. Because you're afraid to fess up to the truth. You're afraid to admit to your wrongs. You know, and for being a grown-ass woman, that is totally uncalled for. You know what? You took this job on because you felt like you could handle the responsibility. Well, I hate to say it, but you're doing a very weak job of it. And I'm only being nice. I'm being kind right now because I could say a lot more. You know, but enough's enough, Rachel. You know, things got to change. And right now they ain't changed it for nothing but the worse. We don't have a police department. What are we supposed to do now? You know what? I'm going to tell you guys right now. If somebody comes into my property, I'll take it upon myself to deal with it my own way. And if I have to pay the consequences after that, then I'm willing to do that. I don't know how other people feel about it here in Mountain. There is a lot of people here in Mountain that are elderly, that live by themselves. What are they supposed to do if something happens to them? What are they supposed to do if they get broken in at 2, 3 o'clock in the morning and they're the only ones there? Who are they supposed to call? How long is the response going to be? An hour, 2 hours before anybody shows up? By then, who knows what could possibly happen to them? You know, these are things that you have to take in consideration, and you're not. Because it seems to me like you just don't care. You have a family. You have somebody that can protect you if something goes down. A lot of people here in Mountain don't. You know, and it seems like you could care less about that. You know what? I am a concerned citizen. I really am. And I believe in this town. And I care for the people in this town. And I'm willing to stick up for the people in this town. You know, but you aren't. I go, if my neighbor calls me and says, Ruben, I'm getting broken into, goddamn right, I'll be the first one over there. I could care less what happens to me. I will protect them. Because as a citizen, I feel like that is part of my duty to help my Mountain citizens in whatever happens. You might not feel that way, but I do. Things need to change. You actually need to step down, and the sooner the better. I don't care what anybody else thinks, but that's my personal opinion, and I think a lot of people here in Mountain feel the same way. So you know what? I wish you would take it into consideration. I know it's all about pride, but you know what? Sometimes you gotta let pride slide, man. You just gotta forget about pride and say, you know what? Maybe I will do the best what's best for Mountain and step aside and let somebody else take the reins and see what they can do with it. But you're not willing to admit that. And that's the sad part about it. Because you're seeing it through your eyes. You're not seeing it through the eyes of the residents. That's all I have to say. Oh, and another thing. We're getting a new police officer supposedly. I think this is the gentleman right here. I would like to ask him a couple of questions. If this is the gentleman that you're considering of hiring as the chief of police on a temporary basis, then I would like to ask him a couple of questions. Why can't I? I'm paying for it. I'm a taxpayer. My taxes are going to be paying his wages, so I have all the rights to ask him questions. So if you don't mind stepping up to here so I can ask you a couple of questions,
No, let's see it.
but you're gonna be.
What are you doing here,
Public comments.
Huh?
It's not a discussion, it's public comments. You're welcome to whatever.
Okay, here's my questions. Here's my public comments to this. If you do hire a new an interim police chief, what's he gonna get paid? Do we have enough money to cover his costs? Is he gonna get traveling pay since he lives in Zilla? Huh? Is he gonna be working days, strictly days? How many hours is he gonna work a day? Is he gonna work at nights? We don't have no cops. We don't have a day cop, we don't have a night cop. So what's his shift gonna be? Half and half? Even that's not even enough for one person.
Maria Fernandez with AR. Well, just a few suggestions. We all know that we're dealing with an inept, corrupt mayor. We know that. Okay, we know that she's brought the city to its knees. She's being investigated for several reasons, and now to have knowledge that she has access to the evidence room, yeah, she continue to laugh. Ruben, what you were asking for her to step down, she has no integrity to do that. She has no honor to do that. Even when people are crying and pleading to have her step down, she won't do it because she don't give a shit about the city. She's a narcissist. She's mentally ill. She really belongs in a locked room. Yeah, you do, Rachel. You're sick. You're absolutely sick. So what I would suggest to the council is that at some point during this meeting, you all suspend the rules so you can have a discussion with your attorney, with each other, and with your public to answer the questions about safety and security and access around this issue with the evidence room and the police department, because apparently she can compromise access for the next year to come. But the fact that she has changed those locks and has access to those keys. So I'm asking you all to do what's right as a council, Vera, suspend the rules with your council members and have an open discussion and dialogue in front of your public and talk about the security issues and the access issues. Because she is involved in several investigations, and the fact that she has access to that evidence room just speaks volumes. When you know that she's absolutely corrupt. And your time is coming, Rachel. At the very least, in May, or in February, you will be gone. And I'm so glad that we'll have some effort in that. We're gonna be, in fact, just to let you know, we canvass the area during the election season. And typically, the number of doors that we should be canvassing in the amount of time that we dedicate any specific area, like 4 hours, should be like maybe, I don't know, over 100 doors. We couldn't get past 15 doors here in Mattoon because everybody wanted to talk about when she was gonna be gone. Every single door that opened their doors to us wanted to know when she was going to be gone. So it's not gonna be easy, it's not gonna be easy to get her out with the petition. But it's really incredibly pathetic that you could sit there knowing your entire city wants you gone and you won't leave with all of the damage that you've created for the city. You know how many years it's gonna take for the city to recover because of you? While you're sitting there in your ineptness, collecting a $1,700 check on the backs of your taxpayers here. It's absolutely disgusting and pathetic. So council, please consider suspending the rules so you guys can have a discussion with your public.
And that should be done tonight.
Anyone else? Okay, we're gonna go ahead and get on.
Hi, my name is Beatriz Campos. That's all I'm supposed to say. I would like to ask the mayor that, if she can answer a question, because all the ones I come to, she never answers anybody's questions. What is gonna happen to, the person or the persons that stole the people, the Mattoon's money when it was robbed? Do we know anything about what's going on?
It's it.
Oh. I see, okay. I just wanted to know if I can get some questions on that, that's all. I really, really feel really bad for you, Rachel, I really do. You said things to me when you were running for mayor, and you did this stuff, but then after that, you just didn't do nothing. You just ruined Mattoon, to tell you the truth. Don't you have a little dignity? You know, you live here. Your mom lives here, your grandma lives here, everybody lives here. I mean, we grew up together here. Why are you doing this? Mattoon was such a good town to be in, and now we don't need a police officer. Now it's scary to be here. This is like running people out of here. I don't know what you're doing, but you gotta change, Rachel. That's all I gotta say.
I have public comment. Hi, my name is Christopher Vargas, live at 807 6th Street here in Mattoon. And I'm here to comment on behalf of the city on the corruption that I've been reporting for the past year and a half now. I'm sure anyone here that lives in Matton can positively say that the mayor needs to be out of office. She needs to be in jail, and she needs a mental evaluation. Because what she is doing, yeah, laugh it up. Because what she is doing is very unprofessional. Look at her right now, laughing. I'm not laughing. No one here is laughing, Rachel. Okay? And I want to say that she tried to get 3 protection orders on me, all of which were denied. Okay? All of them. And then you try to get one on Maria as well, someone who's trying to help the city of Matson. How dare you? Shame on you. Okay? Shame on you. Then I know your son was involved in setting my car on fire. Okay? My car was set on fire. And then the fire department came to my house. They put out the fire. I was never notified. They knocked on my door because I saw the cameras. Wouldn't somebody here like to know if their property was on fire? I had no idea until like 12 hours later when I went to go look at my car and it was already charred. It was black. Then I find out that her son is also a part of a gang, right? Who is friends with this fat guy that tried to steal my phone, okay? Phone's right here. He didn't steal it, but he tried to steal it. And I found out that all of that ties to you, Rachel, okay? Yeah, look at her laughing nervously. That's a nervous laugh, everybody. Take a good look at her, laughing. Yep. Everybody sees right through you, and you're gonna go down, okay? You're gonna go down. That's all I gotta say.
Anyone else? Okay, we're gonna go ahead and move
Alderman
on.
Mattson,
We're
let's share
gonna
some
go
strap,
here
everybody.
and move on. Do we have, A? 6, public hearing for the final budget. So is Jameson on? Jameson, we're gonna try and bring you back on, please. Can you hear us?
I can hear you. The volume's pretty low, but I can hear you. Can you hear me well?
We can. So we're gonna go ahead and start this public hearing at 7:37. Okay,
The budget that's presented, did you want me to give a brief or are we just gonna go right into public comments?
let's do a brief on it, please.
Sure. The budget that is presented for council approval is as accurate as can be with the financial information available right now. It was based on the 2021 budget, which was the last time that the city has a complete financial report on file with the state auditor's office. And then adjusted for inflation.
Jameson,
Yes.
I'm sorry, could you repeat that last portion that you said about the auditor's office?
Oh, this budget was based on the 2021 budget, which is the last financial year that there are financial reports filed with the state auditor's office. I am working, that's part of the projects I am working on getting 2022 and 2023 done so that they are filed, but at this point they are not. So we started with 2021, adjusted for inflation and known factors to come up with this proposed 2025 budget. It has been updated with as much information as we have. It is an operations and maintenance budget at this time. There aren't any capital projects listed in the budget, but they can be added as council takes action on capital projects as they come up. I highly suggest that the council pass this budget for operating expenses so that you can operate legally as you move into 2025.
Any questions? Anybody have anything to add? Okay, Jameson, there is nobody wants to add anything to this. So we're gonna go ahead and close public hearing at 7:40. After public comment, I guess, if anybody wants to say anything.
Yeah, nobody heard it over here for public comment.
I said it twice.
I thought you were.
Yeah, you
asking
referred
them.
to the council.
I thought you were talking to us. Yeah. I thought she was talking to us, though.
All right, I said it twice. If anyone
No,
has
you
anything to
didn't
add.
need to reopen it.
There's a misunderstanding.
Okay.
Here we go.
Okay. We'll go ahead and reopen for public comment at 7:40.
I have a question. You know, Jameson gets paid, I don't know what, 150, 175 an hour? Why isn't she here to any of the council meetings? Why is it over Zoom? Why can't she be present? You know, she's gonna get paid the same amount sitting at home as she would sitting in here. At least this sitting here, people don't know who she is.
The contract is, I think she gets paid double when she shows up.
What kind of contract is that? Who wrote up that? Did anybody really take it, I mean, think about this before it was signed? That's ridiculous. She's gonna get paid, what, $300 or $300 to be here? So she prefers sitting at home at 175 that we're paying? Us taxpayers are paying? Without a budget? Somebody dropped the ball on this one. There's no way that should have ever been approved. There's no way. I don't know why it was approved.
We had to hire somebody to fix this budget, otherwise we'd be a mess in 2025.
Everything is negotiable, Sophie. Everything is negotiable. Her price should have been negotiated.
If we didn't do this for them.
What was that?
But everything would have been in a mess still in 2025 if we hadn't hired somebody to do this.
It's a mess right now.
Well, 2024 is finally passed.
Yeah, but it's still a mess.
Well, it is, but she's trying to fix it.
So what did we
got
gain?
3 years back to go back and look at all the spending and all the stuff that wasn't done properly in the last 3 years. She's got a lot of work to do. It
Yes, she
has to be
does.
done.
Yes, she does. And I think at $175, I think that's adequate enough for the work that she has to do. Where you come up with $350 for her to be here, to be present here at a council meeting, that is totally ridiculous. I mean, that is, I don't know how you guys, that's what I'm saying. I don't know how you guys approved that. There's no way you guys should have approved that, because that's a lot of money for one person.
We're here to talk about the budget.
I have 5 minutes. Well, I have as much time as I want. This does have to do with the budget. This does have to do with the budget. Her wages, your wages has to do with the budget. And that's what I'm saying. I don't understand. She wants you guys to approve the 2025 budget when you guys are not even sure about the 24 budget. You should amend the 24 budget. That budget, that 24 budget shouldn't even have been approved. She sits here and tells you guys need to approve this budget. You guys don't need to do anything that you guys don't feel you should have to do. You guys have the right to deny that. But why you guys giving into this, to what they're saying? I don't know. I don't understand it. What's wrong with saying, no, we're not gonna approve this 24 budget? What's gonna happen? It can't get no worse than it is already. So, you know, what could possibly happen? What could possibly happen if you guys don't approve the 25 budget? Can't get no worse than it is already. So what's the difference? Why don't you guys have them work on the budget, try to fix it as much as possible, and then take into consideration whether it's approvable or not. But until then, you shouldn't.
There's no timing.
We're not on a time limit. We're not on a 5-minute time limit here.
No, that's what I told them. There's no timing.
So why you cutting me off? She did.
Okay, go on.
But that's what I understand. This budget needs to get straightened out before it gets approved. You guys don't have a clue as to how much money is available for 25. But you've already allocated money for departments that you don't even know if you're gonna have that money to be able to allocate it to these departments. So I don't understand it. This is what this whole thing's about, is approving something that we're not even sure that we have available to approve. So why not just amend it and leave it at that and wait till she figures it all out and then approve it? At least this way you guys know where you stand financially, because right now, it's just an estimate. That can go into the red. Those numbers that are on that budget form, those can turn into red. Right now, it's just an estimate. They're just guessing at what you might have. That's not saying that that's what you actually have. So how can you guys approve stuff like that? Just because somebody tells you to do something, that doesn't mean you have to do it. If she tells you jump off the bridge, you wouldn't jump off the bridge? I wouldn't.
I don't know how to swim. But anyway. This is just a budget, Ruben. If this is what we're budgeting to spend on this stuff, if we don't have it, we don't need it, we're not gonna spend it. This is just a budget, an estimate of what we may need to spend and may spend.
Sophie,
Doesn't mean we will spend it.
Sophie, there's money being spent right now that you don't even know if you have. So how can you sit there and say that?
Check the balances, but
How can you sit there and say that?
I'm sure if we had money in the bank to pay for these checks, these bills, we do. We just don't wanna spend it all.
How much is all?
Jameson,
Do you know how much all
Jameson,
is?
Jameson?
Do you have any certain question on a certain item, anything?
I'm not gonna get no answers, man. This is the last
Trying to
case.
answer you, Ruben.
Anyone else like
It's
to
frustrating.
ask
It's frustrating.
something?
It really is.
Anyone else want to make public comment on the agenda? I
Any
mean,
questions on the budget, Martha?
Okay. All right, we're gonna go ahead and close, this at 7:46. If we're gonna go ahead and go on to A, for GNO, for the mayor to approve and accept, as complete the city Main Street improvement project and to proceed on the project without, WashDOT and TIB. Julio?
It's just-
Just get closer.
oh, closer.
Thank you.
Sorry. It's just a requirement that there is to any project, once it's complete, in order to start with the closeout procedure, the city has to accept the project as complete. At this point, we are at that stage, the city accepts the project as complete. We start the process with closeout with DOT and TIB, which are providing the funding for the Main Street project that now is complete. So just one requirement that officially has to be accepted as complete.
Any questions for Julio? Diane? Sophie?
I have a question. The sidewalks there by the gas station. Who designed all that?
Just part of the best fit to existing grade on the gas station with the new road.
Requirements.
The new road at that location is controlled by the elevation of the railroad tracks, and you see those are quite high compared to the rest of the road. So to go from that high elevation to match the existing elevation of the highway, I mean, in that transition, best fit to the elevation, finished grade elevation of the gas station, that's what we come out. The main reason of what the sidewalk is, when it is, has to be ADA compliant. So we have to match certain limitations. In this case, was 1.5% cross slope of the sidewalk. And with that, we need to match the driveway entrances, two driveway entrances to the gas station. So you see several factors that we got to where we are. is ADA compliant, which is the main requirement with DOT and TIV funding. All this applies with, design requirements.
Doesn't look like, it's a really reduced entrance to get in. You can't even get a boat with a trailer anymore to gas up. It
Yeah.
hits the curbs, it hits the, because it, I don't know who designed it.
Mary, do you have any more questions?
Now, there is a limitation on how wide those can be, how close to
Entrances?
the entrances can be, and how close to the highway. In this case, one of them is too close to the highway, and in order to have two of them, we have to reduce the size of two. You could have one a big one, like even the layout of the existing gas station, having the gas pumps at the location where they are, the only way we can provide two entrances, one in, one out, is have those driveway entrances at the width and crosses slope that we have at that location. So we are constrained by existing features.
Thank you, Julio. Any more questions, Mary?
No.
Sure.
No.
Thank you, Julio. So if I can get a, motion? to Approve that?
Then on the old business GNO,
Yes.
I make a motion on the old business, GNO for the mayor to approve and accept as complete the city's Main Street improvement project to proceed to close on with Washington State Department of Transportation and TB. Thank you.
I have a motion by Diane. Second by Vera, all in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. We're gonna go ahead and go on to new business, A1. We have A and then we'll do A1 and then the second one will be A2. So A1 is to have a contract for the new police chief intern and public safety director / public safety director. So if I can get a motion. You forgot A. No, that's A1. And then the next one would be A2. Yeah, we amended.
Now, A is different than the contract, no?
We added A1 as a public safety contract.
So if I can get your motion.
I make a motion on the new business A1, approval on the resolution 2024. No.
No, it would be the,
Oh, for the public,
Public safety.
for the public safety contractor.
I have a motion by Diane.
Why didn't we go to A1?
We got, because we amended, so we did A1 and this will be A2. Yeah. Did you understand? Yeah.
No, I didn't.
So I have a motion by Diane for the police chief intern / public safety director,
I'll second it.
second by Mary. All in favor?
Discussion, please, discussion. Can you go over this so everybody knows what's going on with this?
You want to go ahead and address it?
What was the question? I'm sorry.
To address the
What this contract is
contract
about?
should be about.
Oh, do.
So now everybody knows.
The employment agreement?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's directed by the city council and the mayor to explain interim contract. The city is proposing to enter into a public safety director / interim police chief contract for the city of Mapleton for tonight. This is a interim employment agreement that would start immediately upon approval. The salaries of this, they're being offered and potentially accepted, will start at $77,000 a year per annum. For a probationary period until background checks
and police fingerprinting and psych evaluations are completed to the city's satisfaction and pass. At that point, the salary will increase to $80,000 per annum at this point. As COLA increases, the city is an at-will employment contract. It's not a union matter going forward. And the city is entering into this based on the need to have officers in place for city protection.
I have a motion by Diane, second by Mary. All in favor?
Don't approve it. Don't approve it right now. In case this is what the public are saying. Come
All
on,
in favor?
I approved it.
you approve everything.
I'm sorry, being an officer, okay, Ruben, I'm not talking.
This is
to you.
ridiculous.
So I have a motion by Diane, second by Mary. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carried.
Wow.
Chief, new Chief of Police, I ask you to go ahead and sit up in the chair, please. Thank you. Glad to have you on with the city of Hampton.
Thank you.
You gonna introduce them to the
So
people?
Steve, Eric is, our new Chief of Police, slash Safety Director. He has, been with the city before prior. He started his journey here in Hampton years ago and was back here, when the former mayor was here as well. And he has come back, to join the city and, he has let us know that he will be bringing on 1 or 2 more officers, as soon as possible. So he is, going to start as soon as tomorrow.
Good luck, bud. That's all I gotta
Dealing with
say.
the corrupt mayor.
Good luck.
Yeah.
And we have 3 officers that quit because they're hurt. So I wish you the best.
Or, that's if you don't get fired.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you.
And don't let her convince you to do her bidding.
She should talk to the public before you decide on this.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you. So we're gonna go ahead and go on to A2, approval of the resolution 2024-2023. Allocate, the allocation of the ARPA remaining balance. So that's what we talked about. And we just need to get that motion passed. Please. If I can get a motion on the approval of the resolution, please.
Can you explain what the remaining balance is going towards?
Jameson? Nope. Okay. We're gonna-
I'm sorry, what was the question?
So the remaining balance, we're gonna go ahead and just put that in other departments, correct?
I'm really having a hard time hearing you.
So we want to know where the remaining of the ARPA money will be going.
Oh, okay. So this resolution allows the city to take any remaining balance of the ARPA funding and put it against general government expenditures that are approved by the Treasury. And so this is the revenue replacement option of accepting ARPA funding. And so we don't know exactly how much we'll be spending through the end of the year with the 2 projects that were recently approved by council. And we hope to get contracts in place, but if we cannot, then we can use those ARPA funds against eligible regular maintenance and operations charges so that we can reserve that money in our fund balance in order to complete the projects that council approved.
Thank you, Jameson.
I have a question on this. I was just reading the resolution where it says, whereas the city was, the specific use under this category will be restricted to police, fire, parks, and streets. Doesn't have water on there.
Well, the water projects are what you guys had approved. And so the general government expenditures that are available to be spent on this don't necessarily include utilities. So this allows us to keep this in compliance with the law.
So we still use it for the stuff that was approved.
You already approved it for the things, for the water system things. And so it will be used for that first.
I'll make a motion to approve resolution 2024-23, resolution of the city of Mapleton, Washington, approving the distribution of funds for the ARPA money.
I second the motion.
I have a motion by Sophie, second by Diana, all in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carried. We're gonna go ahead and go on to the approval of the ninth amendment to the Yakima Waste Service Contract and authorizing the mayor to sign an agreement. So that's what we talked about, in the study session, so if I can get a motion.
Okay, I make a motion to approve the ninth addendum to the Yakima Waste Service Contract and authorizing the mayor to sign the agreement.
A motion by Sophie,
Second the motion.
second by Arturo, all in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carried. We're gonna go ahead and go on C, approval of ordinance 2024-1190, updating garbage charges with Yakima Waste.
Make a motion to approve ordinance 2024-1190, updating the garbage charges with Yakima Waste.
Have a motion by Sophie,
I second the motion.
second by Diane, all in favor? Any opposed? Motion carried. We're gonna go ahead and go on to D, approval of ordinance 2024-1191, adopting the budget for the fiscal year ending on December 31st, 2025.
Mayor, would you like me to make a couple comments in response to the public comments that were made earlier? Can you hear me?
Yes, you can.
Okay. I understand that the commenter said that, you know, the council doesn't have to do anything, and that is correct. I can't force the council to do anything, but by RCW, it is the responsibility of the council to pass an operating budget for the city in order for the city to be able to make expenditures at all. And so I do understand the hesitancy on the behalf of the residents and the fact that they're, you know, upset about not having a police department, but not passing a budget does not make it any easier for you to get a police department when you can't make expenditures legally. It would be a mistake, in my professional opinion, not to pass this budget based on the fact that the financials are not completely up to date. This budget is well researched and estimated based on previous expenditures that can be verified, and the work of bringing the city up to date is still happening. I do understand the resident saying, you know, don't make it worse. Well, I do believe that not taking action will make it worse. We need to stop doing it incorrectly at some point so that we can minimize the amount of time where we are operating illegally, so that we can get that resolved while we continue to move forward with a legal operating budget.
Thank you, Jameson. Can I get a motion?
I motion on the approval ordinance 2024-1190, adopting the budget for the fiscal year ending on December 31st, 2025.
I have a motion by Diane. Second. Okay, so it's not going to be passed tonight. Jameson, thank you for your hard work.
Do you believe that we will have another meeting before the end of the year?
So question, Jameson, so 2024, when are we gonna do the amendments on that one, if we're not gonna have another?
I did provide that to staff and asked to have it added to the agenda. I'm not sure if they did. So if we're not passing the 2025 budget tonight, then hopefully at the next meeting, we can do both, which will hopefully be before the end of the year, though I do know that you canceled the next meeting already that was scheduled for Christmas Eve.
Wasn't on the original agenda though, that's why I didn't see it.
But the council could schedule a special meeting in order to get that business done.
The city can do so at a special meeting to approve for the end of the year, that has to be notified to the public. All of that.
Okay. Mary?
No.
All right. Thank you, Jameson. Okay, we're gonna go ahead and go on to E, approval of ordinance 2024-1192, amending the 2024 fiscal year budget. If I get a motion on that, please.
So there's nothing in the packet for the amendment. What was amended?
Did you guys get the updated report, the 5-year expenditure report and revenue reports that were provided? The those give you updated actuals for 2024. And so the budget amendment is just a small amendment to the garbage fund and the street fund, just to make sure that the budget provides for all of the expenditures made during 2024.
We just got this yesterday.
Okay. So we just got that one yesterday.
I forgot to answer that question, so we gotta double check. So some of them got it Saturday, and some got it yesterday.
I got this
I got mine
yesterday,
Yesterday, too.
about 11 something, it was put on my
You
door.
guys don't have to approve it, because it's, table.
We need to table, the 2024 and 1192, amended thingy. We're not gonna pass it. Table. We need to motion to table.
E? We're going for the 2024-1192?
Yep.
Okay. We have a motion to table E for approval of the ordinance 2024-1192, amending the 2024 fiscal year budget. Okay.
I'll second.
I have a motion by Mary. Second by Sophie, all in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carried. Council member reports. Diana? Sophie?
Not at
Can you all suspend the rules to engage in a conversation about her misdeeds?
Sorry, that's what I wanted to do. I put it down here, but
Go for it, Sophie.
I could have goes back to me.
Go ahead.
I have to make a motion to do that.
Why are you
I want it because she's my teacher. To make a motion to suspend. I wrote it down, I was gonna do it when I spoke.
Teacher.
You're gonna suspend the rules?
Yes, so
Yeah.
that way that they can have
You have
time
to
to
make a
make
motion,
comments.
It has to be 2/3 vote or a majority.
Oh,
vote.
that's right, that's right.
Try it.
try it.
Okay, I want to make a motion to suspend the rules so the citizens have time to comment on some of the stuff that was on here.
I'll second it.
I have a motion by Sophie, second by, Mary, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed?
Aye.
Diane opposed. Here? I don't know.
Come on, Mira.
You just want to speak, comment, that's all.
Well, you got it, right?
No, we need to hear from the attorney as well.
Yeah, there. So Diana opposed, Arturo opposed, here I. You
He did not oppose.
You opposed or vote for?
You,
I asked you, I oppose.
I didn't say a vote.
No. Okay. Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? So see? There's three that oppose, they don't want it.
Here, did you oppose?
Yeah, so I said all in favor, and Marion, so he said aye, and I said any opposed, and you said aye.
Do a roll call vote.
Yeah, so you oppose, you don't want it, that's what oppose means.
I think you just went too fast and didn't give them a chance to
I
answer
did
down
it
there.
twice.
Both times you did it,
Roll call.
both times
I
you did
heard
it
it.
fast and they didn't have a chance, yeah.
I answered the same as they did, and it,
You just did it too fast, you just answered too, a little too late.
You need to stop, Maria.
Doing it deliberately.
No, I'm
Do a
not.
roll call vote.
You don't tell me what I do.
Have the attorney, point of order.
Okay, passed. Nope, we don't do that.
Okay, so we suspended the rules so we can hear from the citizens.
We want to actually hear from the attorney in terms of what legal recourse residents and the council has when you have a corrupt mayor who's changing the locks in the police department. Is this gentleman right here, now that he's put in place, is the only person who's gonna have access to that, so that she does not have access to an evidence room where she can tamper with anything.
We just hired a part-time police chief. He still has his credentials. He's still an active police officer.
I saw you telling her my name, Diane, I just saw you. I saw you look at Sylvia, and you go,
spoke.
it doesn't matter, it's open for public comment. I can speak whenever if I want. Why do you have to tell her that it's me at the podium? No, you just told her. You go, excuse me. Why you do things like that? Why do you have to do things like that?
So he was confused.
Yeah. Okay, now this gentleman's hired.
Yes,
Now he can answer my questions. Right?
I believe so.
Where were you working at before?
Ranger
And were you a police officer? For how long?
for 6 years.
Were you employed right now?
I am now.
Come on. Were you employed
I'm
in
not trying to
Granger?
be smart. I'm not.
Were you employed in Granger as of today?
Oh,
As
no,
of yesterday?
no, no.
How long have you been unemployed?
For a year,
Why aren't you working for the city of Granger anymore?
because I was terminated.
Why were you terminated?
Okay, that's enough.
No, it's not.
No, we're not.
No,
going
it's
to
not.
that.
No, it's not. I have all the rights to ask whatever questions I want. Ask the lawyer if that's not right.
They suspended the rules of public discussion situation, which means that if you don't have any questions, but you can engage in issues.
So there, Rachel. Hit your gavel again. Hit your gavel again. Okay, Rachel, you don't have to tell him. I'm sure he understands. Don't worry about it, Rachel. I'm not talking to you. I'm talking to him.
Let's make this civil, not an interrogation, please.
It's not an interrogation.
Well, it sounded like
No,
that.
it's not, because if you guys weren't questioning in this past, why can't we? How are you gonna hire somebody that, the first person that applied, how are you gonna hire that person? Did you guys literally interview him?
From what I understand, is they've been speaking to him for a
Who
few
has?
months,
Who has?
the city.
Who's the city? Who's the city, Rachel? Without you guys being informed. But she expects you guys to hire him right here on the spot.
Attorney and the city.
Why is Sylvia always included in everything? Why aren't you guys included?
She is
not an interrogation. They're just
That's what
questions.
it feels like.
It depends on how you look at it.
He used to be here before, he used to be our
That's
intern
beside
chief.
the point. That's
chief
beside the
like
point.
5 years ago.
That's beside the point. You guys do?
He worked for RSU twice.
Okay, my question is, why was he terminated from Granger? That's my question. There's gotta be a reason behind it.
And I
Because-
know the reason.
I'm not asking you. I'm not asking you. I'm asking him. Why are you guys doing a background check after the fact that you hired him?
Because we have no police officers now, we can get in big trouble for not having any police.
So whose fault is that?
Well, that's not my, I know it's someone's fault, but,
Okay, so because of that, we're gonna hire the first person that applies.
no, they've been speaking with this person for a while, who's worked here a few times before.
So if it's okay with her to hire whoever she wants, but it's not okay for us to question her hirings. But we're the ones that are paying his wages. Hold up, but we're the ones paying his wages. It's not okay for us to question it,
Question her hiring, so we can't do anything about it. She
but we can
hired.
question him on his past.
I don't know if you can get that personal with the person, Ruben, I don't know.
Pardon me?
I don't know if you get that personal with him. I don't know why you should, or why.
It's up to
why
him
you
whether he
would
wants to
want-
answer the questions or not.
Yes,
Exactly.
yes,
So I can ask him any question I want.
yes, you could.
So if he wants to answer my question, that's totally up to him.
Yeah.
But if he doesn't answer it, then it's kind of, like, hey, wait a minute, why aren't you willing to answer a simple question like that? Why were you terminated from Granger?
I'll talk to you after the.
We can do that. We can do that, okay? We can do that, but I don't want her around when we talk. And this will be totally between me and you. This ain't got nothing to do with the lawyer, this ain't got nothing to do with the council, this ain't got nothing to do with Rachel. Okay, it'll be between me and you. Okay, you got it, okay, thank you.
We'd still like to know about the issue that was just reported today about,
I think you can come up here and ask that question.
we'd still like to know about the issue that was reported today about Rachel changing the locks within the police department. Her want or desire to have access to the evidence room when she's also under investigation. Ben, any response to how to prevent her from tampering with anything?
Well, I don't know anything about changing locks in a particular decision, so I can't respond to
Is that not what was reported today?
Yes.
Okay.
So.
Did you change the locks, Rachel?
You want to answer that, Steve? Because we've had conversations that.
Did you change the locks, Rachel?
No, I did not.
You did not.
Nope. Locks have not been changed. And I have witnesses.
You have access to an evidence room.
No, I do not have access to the evidence room. Nobody has
What sort of
access.
surveillance exists right now to monitor anybody who has access to the police department and its evidence room?
I don't think anybody. Yeah.
We
don't
don't
have
have to. We shouldn't.
Yeah. You know, everything gets handed to county is my understanding, because I had to call it in last night. If you let me know I needed to call it in, and I did. And I believe Yadil sent an email today, not just to myself, but to everybody involved. So everything that you've stated here tonight is nothing but lies. They're not even.
No, it was what was reported today.
Well, you know what? It was lies.
Are they lies?
And I'm not gonna answer any more questions. Well, thank you.
No, of course, because you have plenty to hide, Rachel.
Unlike you, Maria.
No, I have nothing to hide.
Yeah, you're under
Oh,
investigation.
you got Ken doing all your bidding, okay? And that's fine, we have nothing to hide.
And I just guess I have a question for you guys.
This is Emily Goodell with Apple Valley News Now again. I just wanted to clarify the reporting that she's talking about is my reporting. And I spoke to sources who confirmed that when Officer Sullivan left, that his keys to the department building were left with Rachel. And I did speak to Udell. I did an interview with him earlier today. And I asked him, I think it was about 11 a.m. today, and I asked him, has the city reached out to you at all? And have you heard anything from them? And he did tell me that no, he had not heard anything from the city of Mountain and that he would be reaching out to you later in the day. And this was about 11 a.m. So I just wanted to clarify what was reported. Thank you.
Who's lying now? Who's lying now?
Well, I don't have the keys.
Who's lying now?
I don't answer to you, Ruben. You're not even supposed to be talking to me, so I'll make sure I take this video of your behavior tonight to court. No, because you know what? No, he was told in court he is not to get out of hand or he will be banned. Yes,
I'm
he
not getting
will.
out of hand.
Anybody else? Anybody else? Okay, with that, we're gonna go ahead and any more council members' reports? Over here. So congratulations, Steve, on being our new chief, and we will see you tomorrow morning. We will get back to the office right now so we can get everything straightened out with you. Thank you. Have a good evening.
I just like to, once again,
You don't need to yell in my chambers. You don't do that. Yeah, no. You can just shut up, Maria.
I'm going to invite anyone who wants to speak to me. I'll be right outside. So if anyone wants to provide any